The Saturday morning diet. Every Saturday morning, check your weight. Because all of us baby boomers are struggling with weight. And this is a plan that I found that really works because you've heard over and over and over, have something to eat every 2 hours, you lose weight. Have a salad for dinner and you lose weight. But nobody tells you how actually to do it. And through the struggles, I came across a plan that works for me. Joan and I put together a meal replacement bar that we make at home. It costs us very little to put together, and it gets me through the day. I have 4 of those during the day. I come home, have a substantial salad, and at night I have that for dinner, and then a little later I have a yogurt. I'm going to go through the whole thing. The first thing is the oatmeal. You have to take a 1/4 cup of oatmeal, 1/2 cup of water, a pinch of salt, an artificial sweetener, mix that all together, put it in the microwave for 3 minutes, take it out, either add skim milk or some additional water, the texture to taste. After that, before you leave the house, make sure you have 2 tablespoons of Metamucil. Metamucil is one of the best things to help you lose weight. And also, whenever you fall off the diet, have some Metamucil that day or that night once you come back, and that will help you keep the weight off. The next thing I do is that I have my feedback. And basically my feedback is my what we call the JoanBars, which is our homemade meal replacement plan that Joan's going to show you how to make in a little while. I have with me a little peanut butter just in case I want some additional taste, and I carry a 1/2 gallon of water. Now that may sound like a lot of water to you, but actually a drinking glass is actually 16 ounces, which really is 2 cups of water. You're only required to have 4 glasses of water a day. So it's really 2 cups. When you drink a glass, you're having 2 cups, 4 glasses, 8 cups of water. If you take a jug of water with you, you will always have nice fresh water to take with you, and make sure you keep hydrated. During the day, every 2.5 hours, I have my meal replacement bar, what we call the Joan bar. I have my water. I get through the day. I come home. I'm not hungry. I'm not panicky to eat. Joan has for me a nice big bowl with salad greens, lean meat, lean chicken or shrimp or fish, and that basically is my meal. I add to it a low-calorie salad dressing, and it's a great meal. And you can see by the size of this, I'm not going hungry. After the dinner, I normally have a hot cup of tea with cinnamon, which helps you regulate your blood sugar and helps you relax. And hot tea will also reduce the amount of fat in your intestines. After that, about 2 hours later, keeping with the idea of metabolism in 2.5 hours, I have a light yogurt. And the yogurt I like is Activia yogurt because it has bacteria that helps in your digestion. They say within 2 weeks your digestion should improve considerably. And I think that's basically the plan. On Saturday mornings is when the rubber hits the road. Every Saturday morning you weigh yourself after going to the bathroom, keep a chart on the wall, the weight you started at, and what weight you are that Saturday morning. You should see yourself going down 2 to 3 pounds a week if you follow the simple rules of this plan. If you fall off the plan, have some Metamucil again to help you get that stuff out of your body and get on track and keep going. Don't get disappointed because today's failure is tomorrow's success. I'm wishing you a lot of luck with your program. If you have any questions, just put it in the comment section. Joan's going to come in and show you how she puts together the Joan bars.
My name is Joan Loganeski, and I'm going to show you how to make the bar that my husband refers to as the Joan bar. It's really quite simple. It's no big deal. You take 2 egg whites and you beat them until they're nice and foamy, which takes only a minute or so. Now I know I should have had these beaten before we put the camera on, but this way you get to see it in real time. Okay, egg whites are beaten. Now, you take all of the dry ingredients. Now, this is 3½ cups of quick oats, oatmeal. Quick oats, 3½ cups. This is 1½ cups of dried skim milk. This is 4 cups of protein powder. Scoops, I'm sorry, I said cups. It's 4 scoops of protein powder, chocolate or vanilla. This is a good pinch of salt. This is a good teaspoon to a teaspoon and a half of cinnamon. And this is about 1/2 cup of reconstituted dried cranberries. You just put the cranberries in a little bit of hot water for a few minutes, drain them off, and add them to the dry mixture. Now I like to use a whisk because that kind of gets everything blended a bit better. I start out with the whisk and then I go to the big spoon. So just make sure that you get everything incorporated so that you don't have cranberries in one spot and not another. Trick is just get everything mixed up well. And you can tell by looking at the bottom that it's pretty much mixed up at this point. Now you go over here to your liquid ingredients. You have your 2 egg whites that you've beaten up. You give them another little whisk. You take 1/4 cup of orange juice. You take 1 cup of unsweetened pancake syrup, no sugar.
Artificial.
My husband wants me to say artificial, but it's the pancake syrup, dietetic, artificially sweetened, no sugar. You've got a teaspoon of vanilla. And you've got 1 cup of unsweetened applesauce. And I like to use these little 4-ounce cups because this way I just open up what I need. I don't have to have a big jar sitting around. It's much more convenient. So it's 2 of these applesauce. Get a smaller spoon. See, if this was Food Network, it would be all laid out better, but it isn't. So we have 2 cups of the applesauce. Now we mix this together. Okay, that's good enough. Now we come back here with our dry mixture, get a big spoon, and we take our liquid, add it to the dry mixture. Mix it well. It'll be thick, like a cookie dough. And instead of cranberries, you could use raisins if you wanted raisins, or if there's any other dried fruit that you're particularly fond of, or you can mix them, you can do a little of everything, but a 1/2 cup. Otherwise, you're just adding more calories than you really want. Okay, now this is mixed. Then we take this is 8 by 12, I believe, or 8 by 13 pan. And we liberally give it a spritz.
What?
Of a cooking spray. And we add our mixture. Even it out good, because you don't want to have thick bars at one end and thin bars at the other, or thick bars in the middle. So even it out is okay. Now you've had your oven preheated to 325, and my oven is at 325 now. You put it in, and it really only takes probably 35 minutes. And just until it's browned a bit around the edge. You don't have to, you don't want to overcook it, you don't want to dry it out. You just want to cook it long enough till you see a little brown around the edges, then you take it out. Okay, our 35 minutes are up, and my bars are brown around the edge. We have to let it sit out for a while to cool down. So in a few minutes we'll come back and I'll show you how to cut them. Alright, so you... Okay, I think we're cool enough. Now this is how I do it, to make 20 bars. I cut it across in the middle. Let me do this so I can see what I'm doing better. That looks pretty. And I use one of these pastry scrapers. It makes a nice clean cut. Then I cut it down the long way, down the middle. Then I cut each one of these quarters into 5 bars. So that will give you 20 bars. So let me show you. I'll do one and then I'll show you the bag that I put it in. Now these are the bags that I pack them in. They're the little snack plastic bags, the snack size. There it is, and you just take one at a time and put them in your bag, and I store them in the refrigerator. You can freeze them, but 20 will go in less than a week, so I keep them stored in the refrigerator in a plastic container, and that's really all that there is to it.